We're on part 2 of episode 72, and it's time for the hot tags. I have 4 down here, so let's roll on with these. We have Kofi Kingston might be turning heel soon, and I've been hoping that they would do that for quite a while now because I think that he needs to turn heel and Cody Rhodes needs to turn face. I also thought that Jack Swagger needed to turn face, and they didn't go with that route. Obviously, that's not going to happen right now with the racist gimmick, so why not?
I
You think he's going to do a racist babyface?
uh,
I think in the South though that might play very well.
It depends. What's the
Yeah,
cheer with the USA thing this week on Raw?
yeah. I'm
yeah,
saying.
he could get a Bret Hart type reaction where he's hated in some areas and beloved in some others.
Right. It ends up like screwing the PG era because you have people that are just kind of like, yeah, fuck the Mexicans and all this.
As far as Kofi Kingston, though, I don't agree with this at all. I don't really think Kofi Kingston is the kind of person you can make a heel. He's a really high octane, high action style wrestler. If he goes heel, he can't really do that. Otherwise, he's going to get people behind him. And if he's not doing those fancy moves, what does he really do?
I just
And
think
then
that
if he
there's
does them as a heel, it's going to have like a John Morrison effect where maybe people will start, they'll still cheer him anyway or cheer whatever moves he's going to do. I don't think his character can, he doesn't come across as the person who can probably play a convincing villain. And I think he has the potential to be a good face star anyway if they utilized him properly. They haven't done anything with him in like 4 years.
See, I just think that the way that he is right now, they're never going to give him that push. So if he's never going to make it like that, they might as well just give it a shot. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
He could use a little bit of a repackaging for sure. He is a little bit
Yeah.
stale. I don't know if a heel turn is the way to go though.
I
I
agree.
don't know what to do with it. I think he's another person who could really benefit from having a manager.
Yeah, I could
I
see
think that
that.
would be something good for him.
And to stop being in so many random ass tag teams.
But to be fair, he hasn't been given a whole lot of mic time either, so we don't really know how good or not good he is.
He needs a
He's pretty
different
much
accent.
a mute for the most part.
Go to a
I-
different accent. Go to
know-
go to
you know what he did
Peyton's
pretty
British
well?
accent.
You know what he did pretty well when they were doing one of the old school Raws and they were doing those promos like that were cut into the match. I thought he did a pretty good job at that. So maybe if they keep him to doing stuff like that, those just little 10-second canned promos, those are pretty good. I also think they won't turn him because kids love this guy. I mean, that's what it is really. This is a business for kids. They look at merchandise sales, action figure sales. It's a dollar sign. They see dollar signs when they see Kofi Kingston, just like the same way they had Rey Mysterio a few years ago. So he's
Yeah,
for the kids.
Rey Mysterio is a very good comparison. He's going to be a life babyface, just like Rey Mysterio is.
Well, I mean, my Rey Mysterio might not be with the company as far as what I've been hearing,
Yeah.
my inside sources.
Well, I'm saying Rey Mysterio throughout his entire career, at least in WWE, he's been babyface. Other than like there might have been like 1 or 2 feuds where he kind of became a heel in it, but it wasn't on purpose.
Yeah, I don't really count that whole filthy animals. They were talking about Ray, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
With the Kofi thing, I think I'll see it. I'll believe it when I see it. But I'm open to the idea behind it. I think it could potentially it could be a train wreck, but it could work. I mean, I don't know. We've had other people. I mean, Rocky Maivia was hated babyface turned heel and ended up becoming a babyface out of it. And Kofi, he's not
yeah,
a
but he's
hated
not. Yeah,
babyface,
he's
but
not really hated.
I mean, there's been lots of people in the past that have gone from one thing to another just because they turned. Period.
Yeah,
Even if it didn't
but
work.
I just think it's a total thing of him not being utilized properly. He was being utilized properly in 2009.
Hmm.
The whole Orton thing should have given him a better push forward in terms of being a face. I don't say main eventer, but at least like kind of like the upper mid card role
Yeah.
that John Morrison would fill or Rey Mysterio would fill.
Mm-hmm.
He should be in that solid spot, but he isn't, and it's just a matter of how he's being used. Do I think a heel turn is going to help him? I think it's more of a hindrance rather than it would help. But as Peyton said, a repackaging of any sort could only do something good. And if they want to turn him heel, I guess they have every right to try that.
Yeah.
So-
Brings us on to another one. Chris Masters apparently saved his mother's life when someone supposedly barricaded her into her house and set it on fire.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah,
but
I
no,
believe
some-
Chris Masters gets Badass of the Year award.
Some
missed out
crazy
the
motherfucker
spot,
tries to light his mom on fire. He puts the fucking tree in a master lock, breaks the branch off the tree, breaks like a window with it, and like basically pulls a fireman and pulls his mom out of the house. Wow. get this guy in action movies. I mean, he could be the star and the stunt man all in one movie. Fuck.
And
He does it in
WWE
real
wanted
life.
him to have dancing pecs, and that was it.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
I think somebody though just got themselves at least maybe one more shot in the WWE with this. I mean, even if it's just a cup of coffee, a 3-month stint as to job out to a few people, I think he could parlay this into another run, just based off the internet notoriety alone. Maybe he could save a WWE diva by throwing a tree through a window.
Yeah.
Save Caitlyn and come out and
he comes back with, instead of the masterpiece, he's the lumberjack.
Yeah, he's a lumberjack and he's okay.
And he's got the real man's man thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, give him William Regal's gimmick.
Oh man,
I'd pay for it.
Get creative on the phone right now.
Yes.
Turn it into a soap opera. Booker T is going into the Hall of Fame this year. Congrats, Booker T. We'll talk a little bit more about that next week, actually. I don't want to talk too much about it because next week is going to be the specialty post is going to be classified as Wrestling with the Past, and we're going to talk about people in the past who have made a mark in WWE and aren't a part of the Hall of Fame yet. And of course, we're going to shit upon some people. Why are they in the Hall of Fame, like Coco Beware and all that other kind of stuff? But I'm sure we'll touch a lot about the Hall of Fame next week. Real quickly though, congrats Booker T. I can see why he's in there.
Hall of Fame, Booker T's coming for you.
I was so surprised that they showed that on Raw.
Oh
well,
my god!
They didn't show all of it.
I know, but if they would have done it, I would have been. Oh
when
my
it
god.
first came on, I was like, no,
they're not.
No,
do
they're
this.
not. No, oh, thank goodness.
And then when they cut it right off, I was just kind of like, oh man, you missed your opportunity there. To get sued
well
1,000
deserved.
times.
This class has to be like, at least when you look at it, probably arguably the best class that they've had. I mean, it's
I'm
a
so
fucking.
sad I didn't get tickets.
It's a stacked Hall of Fame class
Yeah.
this year. I mean, Booker being in it, he's one of those people that I wouldn't exactly say a headliner, but the kind of like the guy that's like the secondary person, like maybe like what you consider Backlund or Foley this year or whatever, just San Martino.
I'm honestly shocked they didn't wait until they were in Texas again to do Booker.
Yeah, and he's going in this year, so holy fuck, this lineup is just huge in my opinion. Probably, I would say it's probably the best they've ever had.
Definitely a good one.
I think they're giving him to him this year just to basically to reward him now for an entire career of decent work, and he has done that. He's done everything that they've asked him to do very well. I mean,
he's also still an active.
Yes,
an active on-screen character. Like, shouldn't they wait until he's retired?
No, I think they have him now, and they could do it now. It doesn't really matter. That
Jerry's still on TV. I mean, he went in the Hall of Fame like 6 years ago. So
I was a little surprised that it came now instead of at WrestleMania 31. I would have thought that they would have waited another year or two. Not at WrestleMania 30. I think WrestleMania 30 they need to induct either as like the headliner. It needs to be either Undertaker or Vince. One of those two.
Well, there's usually a geographical theme with the Hall of Fame every year. Like when WrestleMania was in Atlanta, you saw a lot of old WCW guys. You guys saw Abdul the Butcher go in because he's from Atlanta. So they seem to be doing it based on
where they are for Mania.
Yeah, some sort of regional significance, and I guess they're putting Booker T in because he was a part of Harlem Heat.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't even think about that.
See, that's what I bring to this show. Okay.
That is a good point. Harlem
so what
Heat,
are they going to do for New Orleans? Are they just going to do like all the party gimmicks? Are they going to put in Marty Jannetty?
Lash LaRue.
No, I think
they can put in Typhoon.
Watch Triple H retired just so he can be the headlining Hall of Famer next year.
Yeah.
Loses his match to Brock so he can headline the Hall of Fame. I mean, I'm sure he'd do something like that eventually. Well, no matter which class he goes into.
It's possible. Now you got me worried about that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to root for Triple H at WrestleMania. Fuck. And last hot tag that I have down here that I thought was kind of funny this week: Brooke Tessmacher and Angelina Jolie. She could argue too. Angelina Love argued over Twitter about tattoos. Now I'm anti-tattoo. I especially think that Angelina Love it's just kind of this weird mess on her body, but
yeah, it's not a very appealing tat to say the least.
But I know a lot of people are huge fans of tattoos, and it's kind of this if either you like it or you're somebody who I'm gonna get a tattoo, and that's the only one you're ever gonna do, and you did it because you thought that you were gonna be rebellious, and you realized that you really aren't, or you're somebody who fucking loves tattoos, and obviously Angelina Love is one of the love tattoos one, and Brooks one of the not a big fucking fan ones. So I thought it was funny that the two of them were arguing over there, especially when they just tried to do that Knockouts pay per view. Or well, it's not pay per view. They're one night only or something like that. And apparently, like everybody had to like turn them down and all that. So it's like, now what are they going to lose? Like two more people that are kind of in the TNA family.
What is this? TMZ? Why are we even talking about this shit? Really?
I don't know. I just think that this whole segment should have been started with Joel Gertner yelling "cat fight, cat fight, cat fight."
Yeah, when these ladies like decide to either settle this in a ring or a vat of Jello, call me. But until then, I don't give a crap.
Yeah.
It's just tweeting.
Usually, one of the only
wars.
things that ends up happening during the week is somebody does something stupid on Twitter. So it's become kind of like a staple of hot tags. You either talk
but the
about
best is when
China
it's Kurt
or
Angle
Kurt
who gets
Angle.
hacked. He's the
China,
best.
Kurt Angle, Marty Jannetty, that kind of stuff. Maybe that's what it'll happen.
Those
Brooke.
Twitter hackers just keep getting into Kurt's account. Like, jeez, when are they going to
Well, maybe he should stop making his password gold medal.
Yeah, that's pretty well dead giveaway.
Make him tap.
Ankle
lock.
It's just
I could see why you'd want to make fun of her tattoo, but if she loves it, that's all that matters. It's on her. Useless fighting on Twitter. It's the usual for social media.
Yep. That'll bring us into part 3, and when that comes along, we'll have the superstar scores for Mick Foley.